BJP also takes every election seriously, and in case it perform well, it is going to hurt the Congress party probably. Thank you very much, Payal, for getting us those details, where we are calling these battles or these state elections as the big battle for 2024, coming very close to Lok Sabha elections next year. In Telangana, there are 119 seats which are up for grabs. The question is that will KCR beat the anti-incumbency? It's a three-cornered fight in the state. Prime Minister's popularity, something which emboldens the BJP. There's also a battle for the welfare schemes. The farmer factor is visible in 75 of the rural seats. There's a wave in favor of the Congress. That's the question. Is it there? Will MAIM actually play a spoil sport? That's also the rather big question over here. So it's a high-stake battle for them. Let's listen in to all other reactions which have come in from the crowd.
वोट तो डालना ज़रूरी होता है, क्योंकि जब भी इलेक्शन होता है तो वोट डालना ज़रूरी होता है। अगर आप नहीं डालेंगे तो आपका कोई हक भी नहीं बनता कि आप क्या बोलते सो हम किसी से क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं या किसी से आप पूछ सकते हैं कि ऐसा डेवलपमेंट नहीं हुआ, ये नहीं हुआ। तो मैं समझता हूँ सही जगह पे वोट डालेंगे तो सही रिजल्ट आएंगे।
सो भी जनता से, भाई बहनों से अनुरोध करना चाहता हूँ, आप घर से बाहर निकलकर पहला वोट डालना अपना फर्ज है, अपना रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है। कोई भी पार्टी हो, और पैसे से, लिकर से, शराब से लोगों को देकर वोट लेना चाहते हैं, मगर मैं सबसे अनुरोध करना चाहता हूँ, उसको ठोकर करो, इसको ठोकर मारो, पैसे को, लिकर को। आपका मन में क्या चाहिए, आपको मन क्या चाहते हैं, व्यक्ति कैसा है, पार्टी कैसा है, हम स्वयं हमारा सरकार हम बनाएंगे। तेलंगाना का जनता के ऊपर विश्वास है, हमारा पार्टी पूरा बहुमत मिलेगा आदरणीय मोदी जी के नाम पर।
कांग्रेस पार्टी जो 6 गारंटीज दिए एंड जो तेलंगाना डेवलपमेंट मॉडल देश के लिए एक रास्ता दिखाएंगे, इस चुनाव में अच्छा नई सरकार बना दे के लोगों का उम्मीद पूरी करने के लिए कांग्रेस पार्टी कोशिश करेंगे। इसीलिए मैं बार बार कहता हूँ, केसीआर कभी तेलंगाना समस्याओं को हल्का करने के लिए कोशिश नहीं की है। इनके फेल्यूर्स आज भी दिख रहा है। तो अभी केसीआर को कुछ बोलने से भी कोई फायदा नहीं है, क्योंकि इज आउटगोइंग चीफ मिनिस्टर, ही डजंट हैव एनी रोल टू प्ले एंड ही डजंट हैव एनी इंटरेस्ट टू प्ले आल्सो। सो ही इज हैविंग ओनली पर्सनल इंटरेस्ट, फैमिली इंटरेस्ट।
मैं उन लोगों को टीआरएस कैंडिडेट का और कांग्रेस कैंडिडेट का हिसाब से ही देख रहा हूँ, लेकिन इन लोग बड़े बड़े हैं, इससे क्या होता है, इसे डर के हम पीछे हटने वाला नहीं है। इन लोग हमारा हिसाब में कैंडिडेट ही है। अभी इन लोग 40 साल पहले केसीआर क्या था, कुछ भी नहीं है ना। यहाँ तक उन्हें जर्नी में अभी मुख्यमंत्री बना, और ये रेवंत रेड्डी जी ने 2001 में क्या है, कुछ भी नहीं है ना। वहाँ से फिर उसका प्रस्थान शुरू हुआ। अभी उसका टाइम मिले, दोनों को भगवान अच्छा टाइम दिए, तकदीर अच्छा है, उन लोग है। लेकिन इन लोग पूरा सबसे जीनियस है बोल के नहीं सोचना। 101%, नॉट इन 101% फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग, नॉट नाउ ओनली। मैं 5 साल से मेहनत कर रहा हूँ, पब्लिक से कर रहा हूँ, हम काम करे सो भी सबसे डिफरेंट है।
Okay, we've got both Swastika with us from the ground zero, also Payal. Swastika, to you first. We just heard all the voices. Is it KCR's toughest battle, you would say? Did he have this idea that the Congress certainly would make an intensive campaign? So what are the challenges that he faces?
Definitely, this is the most challenging battle for KCR. 2014 and 2018, he won on the basis of regional state sentiments plus welfare schemes. But this time around, the Congress's fortunes have turned after Karnataka. Though Karnataka and Telangana are completely different states in that matter, but the Congress's campaign style has been very much impressive and dynamic. In fact, in the last leg of the election campaign, the Congress, right from how it managed its pitch on social media to on the ground, sending out narratives like BRS, BJP and MIM are all one and the same, plus Rahul and Priyanka Gandhi managing the campaign. And also, Congress is something. Congress is a powerful force as far as Telangana and Andhra is concerned. In fact, during Y.S. Rajshekhar's time too, when in the United Andhra Pradesh in 2009, Congress had managed to win at least 35 to 40 seats in Telangana region. So this particularly has been one of the core, support base for the party. But then the party virtually had diminished after KCR sort of came to power in 2014 and 18. That's why the Congress time and again has been also reaching out to the voters saying the person who got Telangana was Sonia Gandhi, but the beneficiary happened to be KCR. And that's why this is one of their core pitches for the KCR's party. In fact, this is apart from the anti-incumbency factor, which is majorly against their MLAs. As far as rural belt is concerned, which is actually the heartland of KCR's vote base, a lot of voters feel that they have, in fact, given him chance twice, and perhaps it's time for some change. However, a lot of women voters that we spoke to believe that it is KCR through which they've been getting pension, other kind of schemes for weavers and welfare-centric schemes for each and every community that has been working well for them. Certainly for KCR, they at first initially anticipated to get more than 80 seats, but that number has certainly come down in the wake of the different surveys that the party has been conducting.
Okay, I'm just going to go quickly across. Payal, we were touching this a short while back. You also spoke to Owaisi. For Owaisi, as you asked him, he also faces a strong anti-incumbency. The politics of Owaisi is largely based, of course, in and around Hyderabad, more specifically Hyderabad. He's ventured into other states as well. Sometimes he's done well, sometimes he's not done well. How critical then are these elections for him?
They're extremely critical because this is where he belongs to. This is his bastion. This is where his father was, a politician from. This is where he's an elected MP from. And Owaisi's politics around MIM is largely circulated around this area. So obviously there's everything which is there at stake for him in these elections as well. So obviously he is trying his best. He's vying for his best chances. Out of 9, he's expecting that at least 6 seats will come his way. Although 7 out of 7 in Hyderabad might not be. He'll probably struggle to win the 7th one is what I'm given to understand. But like I said, that this is something which he has to really focus on because his politics is around Hyderabad. He is a politician based out of Hyderabad. So MIM's base is Hyderabad and their base is this city. So that's why it's very important. But like I said, it's so encouraging, Pallavi, to see the voter turnout as well. I'm going to show you that the young and the old all are there, in voter. There's a lady who's standing here waiting for a chance to come out and vote. People have come out and voted. Swastika was just speaking about the women, votes and their importance. Let's try and speak to a couple of women in terms of, the most underestimated vote bank in the present day. That's something that everybody wants to focus on. We'll try and get in a couple of people to speak to us in just a bit because there are people who are rushing in and rushing out as well. Okay, I'm going to try and get in a word from a couple of people that I see over here as well. आप फर्स्ट टाइम वोटर है? वोट किया आपने? हाँ. कितना इम्पोर्टेंट है यंग लोगों को आके वोट करने के लिए? जरूरी है?
Yeah, it's important.
What makes you vote? Like, without naming any political party, what is your idea of a vote?
My idea is that it welfare for the society. It gives welfare for the society, and that's it.
Is it important to get a better and a more advanced looking Hyderabad? Is that something which you're focusing on?
Yeah. That's
right. We'll try and speak to a couple of other people as well because there are a lot of young voters. I can see one right in front of me. Ma'am, have you gone ahead and casted your vote?
Oh yes.
Why is it important for people to come out and vote?
To exercise my franchisee, and I belong to India, and India is my country, and so proud about it.
And we have the democratic privilege, isn't it?
Oh yes, definitely.
Ma'am, what is the main issue for people of Hyderabad to come out and vote?
It's important to exercise our vote because that's how the government works, and we have all the rights to decide on which government is the best for us.
आप बताइए, आप वोट कर चुकी हैं?
मैंने वोट डाल दिया है.
मैं किसी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी का नाम नहीं लेना है आपको?
नहीं, मैं ह्यूमन राइट्स ऑफ काउंसिलिंग की प्रेसिडेंट हूँ ऑफ तेलंगाना. मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा और अगर बीजेपी सरकार आएंगी तो मुझे बहुत ज्यादा
आप किसी पार्टी का नाम नहीं ले सकती मैम.
खुशी होएगी मुझे.
Right. So obviously there you see a lot of excited voters over here. I did see a lot of many other voters going inside and probably casting their vote. And like one of the lady voters was saying, that it is important, Pallavi, for everybody to go and cast their vote, and that's the appeal that is being made by all political parties, irrespective of whoever is coming into power and whoever is not. But yes, excited lot coming out here to exercise their franchise.
Yes, and the lady, I liked what she said. She said, India is my country and I want to vote. Thank you very much, Payal, for getting us all those details, and thank you very much to Swastika as well. But we are also going to do a kind of an analysis about what it means for the BRS and the Congress party. What is it, the strengths as well as the weaknesses? First, let's take a look at the BRS. Now, the KCR has been recognized as a crusader for the formation of the Telangana state. Remember, it was a TRS, or the Telangana Rashtriya Committee or Samiti, and that became now the BRS. So that was his strong pitch, which he is something which he has always used. Apart from this, there are important schemes like the Raitu Bandhu, the KCR kits, which have become a huge hit. He also enjoys a substantial amount of support as far as a large number of minority voters in the state is concerned. Also, it's been noticed that there has been a remarkable improvement as far as the infra and healthcare infrastructure in the state is concerned. However, not without his minuses. Many sitting MLAs are facing an anti-incumbency. There's also this allegation that it is a family Raj in Telangana, corruption charges against the KCR family as well. However, the opportunities which you can look at is that there has been a relatively weak opposition. Many of the netas have defected from the Congress, and there's internal strife both within the BJP as well as against the Congress party as well. But the problem also then for the BRS is that anti-incumbency challenge. It's also a taming of the BJP's robust leadership. The opposition is raising this point that many schemes may have been announced, but they have never ever been completed. Kavita has also been named in the excise policy case, and she has faced the ED twice over. But let us now look at what is it there for the Congress party in the state. Well, in Telangana, the Congress is very hopeful of a repeat of the Karnataka model, which is why the Chief Minister, Deputy CM DK Shivkumar as well as Siddaramaiah campaigned extensively in Telangana. Also, they have a very good grassroots cadre, unlike what the Congress party has in many other states as well. Also, its secular image is something which can help it to woo the Muslim voters. But then, the Congress is not without its problems as well. Internal strife, which is something which could hurt the party's image and chances. There are many important leaders who've left the Congress party to join either the BRS or the BJP. However, the BRS faces an anti-incumbency which the Congress party is using to its advantage. The corruption allegations against KCR family members is also a part of the intensive campaign run by the Congress. But the Congress also faces a bit of a problem there in the state because the BSP is running a silent campaign. Will it dent its vote bank? The AIMIM influence, will it impact the Muslim votes which the Congress party is looking at? So this is the main points. I'm going to go back to Payal once again. Payal, we've spoken about the BJP, we've spoken about the Congress, but let's talk a bit also about the BRS. There have been charges of all in the family. KCR has often been called a missing CM or a farmhouse chief minister. Does that hurt his image? And when KTR is going out and campaigning so extensively, does it send out this message that he perhaps is now going to soon take over the entire party's reins and possibly the government in case they come to power?
What the BRS essentially have been saying, Pallavi, that, throughout the south of India, of course, dynastic politics is nothing new. Whether you look at MK Stalin, whether you look at Jagan, or whether you look at, even the leaders within the Congress fold. So if a politician is there as a politician, his family naturally will take up to the politics, and, obviously the fact that they have their own party, why would they go ahead and join somebody else? That's the argument that is being given. Of course, there are a lot of allegations that are being made against the BRS chief and the Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao, saying that he's absent, he is not available. He's largely sitting in his farmhouse. That's the allegation that is being made by both the Congress party and the BJP. But having said that, what the BRS has argued, Pallavi, is that work has happened and work has happened extensively. The way in which Hyderabad has been developed over the last 9 years is what the BRS shows off, and they say that this is their development. The kind of schemes that have really been brought to the fore to in fact work towards the empowerment of every strata of society, especially the women and the weaker section, is something which they of course have been tom-tomming about. But the fact remains that they had faced a lot of backlash as far as the implementation of the Dalit Bandhu scheme is concerned, and the fact that they had promised 2-bedroom hall kitchen house to people which has not been delivered, and that's made a lot of people very, very unhappy. But KTR has gone out. He's been extensively campaigning through the entire state. He's been taking forth the word saying that, this is the government which has brought people, up the ladder. This is the government which has actually empowered the weakest of the weak. And that's the reason this government deserves another chance. So essentially what they've said is that they are the sons of the soil. They are the people who have actually come in from here. They've risen after the Telangana movement, even though the credit, many say, would have to go to the Congress party for Sonia Gandhi having allowed it to really happen to have Telangana form.
Okay.
So a lot of arguments back and forth have really happened. But yes, all political parties are in fact trying to try their fortunes as far as these elections are concerned.
Yeah, Payal, the Prime Minister, I think, do correct me if I'm wrong, the Prime Minister had initially said that the BRS wanted to become a part of the NDA. Did that do damage to the BRS, or they have recovered with the clarifications which have come in both from the BJP later on? I think the Home Minister also clarified, and then of course the BRS also. Okay, I'm just going to try and go back to Payal in a bit, but polling, we are just going to wait to see what has really been the polling figures, but they certainly seem to be quite brisk, especially also in the urban areas. Several stakeholders, 119 seats. There is, of course, the BRS hoping to be third time lucky. There's, of course, the Congress party hoping to be lucky down south after winning Karnataka, which is by the same model with 6 guarantees, using extensively of the Sonia Gandhi factor, the Indira Amma factor. All of this is being used. That's going to be our top focus. Polling ends at 5 p.m. and 5 p.m. begins a mega poll of polls coverage. Do tune in. We're going to go into a break, but we're going to be back with more news on the other side.